Hi new shooter, Sean Burrows with Team Federal and Atlas Gunworks. Welcome to the first in a series of videos outlining basic pistol dry fire exercises that you can do in the comfort of your own home and become a better, confident, competent, safe, and comfortable practitioner of the pistol. Now this first exercise is all about training your vision and dialing in your pistol presentation. To get set up for this exercise, you're only going to need three things: a target on a safe wall and an empty pistol. Word on targets, you'll notice I have something very strange mounted on the wall. This is literally a bag left over from one of my kids' birthday parties. It doesn't really matter what it is as long as it's on a safe wall. A lot of people recommend using light switches. Problem with light switches is they always happen to be at entrances to rooms. So when dry firing, just make sure your guns are pointed in a safe direction. Be sure of your target and what's beyond it. So, to get started, let's clear our pistol and make sure it's completely empty. Nothing in the mag well. Visually and physically inspect the chamber, completely empty. Now we're ready to rock. Whether you're picking your pistol up off a table or drawing it from a holster, both of your hands are going to come together at a very natural point. I like to index this as where my hands would come together when I'm casually clapping for something. It feels natural to me. It might be a little bit different to you. A little higher, a little lower. Not only are we training our vision, but we're also training our bodies to perform a task in the most efficient, fluid motion possible. We all know that the shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line, and for us that is between where our hands come together and when the gun is fully extended. I encourage you to practice the motion a few times of just bringing your hands together and presenting them fully extended in front of the target. I like to put my hands together in as close to a format as they will be on a pistol, with my support hand, thumb, pointing at the target, and my trigger finger pointing at the target. My support hand is wrapped around my firing hand. For me, that's my left hand because I'm a right-handed shooter. So first, you're gonna do this slowly, not mechanically, but fluidly. As slow as you can do it correctly, but without stopping. Hands start together, and slowly present them fully extended towards whatever your target is. Bring it back down, do it again. Get about a dozen reps in before you put a pistol in your hand, especially if this is your first time giving this exercise a try. Now this exercise is so simple that you're not even going to be putting your finger on the trigger. I just want you to keep your finger on the side of the frame above the trigger guard. However, don't let the simpleness of this exercise deceive you, because there are a lot of elements at work that we want to train to the point where they become automatic for you. Now with pistol in hand, I want you to grip it with both hands, again keeping your finger on the outside of the trigger guard with the muzzle perpendicular to your target and the barrel parallel to the ground. For more details covering the subject of pistol grip, I recommend you check out my video on recoil management. I'll put a link to that in the description below. While focusing your eyes far on your target, raise the gun up slowly and keeping the muzzle parallel to the ground. I want your eyes to shift focus from the target onto the front sight. If this is your first time performing this exercise, you might notice that after just a few reps, your eyes will begin to get a little tired. Don't worry, they'll get stronger. After all, this is an exercise. Just like with your empty hands, I want you to perform this motion fluidly, not mechanically. I want you to do it smoothly and as slow as you can do it perfectly. You'll notice that front sight jumping around in the rear notch. You'll notice that things aren't quite lining up as you would probably hoped. Again, that's why we're doing this. As you get more comfortable, as the sights start to settle, now start speeding up your reps slowly, incrementally, about 15% each rep, until you just can't do it. Then bring it back a notch or two, right to where you're comfortable. Doing this just for 5 minutes with your pistol in the morning and at night, you'll notice a marked increase in your ability to almost align your sights with your target by feel. That is the goal. Don't be too terribly amazed by all the showmen and women on Instagram and YouTube with their sub-second pistol draws. I guarantee you that most of them are point shooting. They're hitting their target because it's not very far away. You, doing this training with your vision, you'll get to a point where you have a sub-second draw and you can call your shot knowing exactly where you hit. And you'll be able to do it on very difficult targets, not big human-sized targets that are 3 feet away. As you start to speed up your reps, pay attention to the orientation of the barrel with the ground. We want it to remain parallel to the ground the entire time the pistol is coming up. If you start to get to the point to where you're bowling or fishing, slow down again and work on getting your reps perfect. Again, do it as slowly and as smoothly as you can do it perfectly. Start speeding up, and then as things start to get a little weird, slow it back down. Keep in mind also, as the gun is coming up in front of your face, it might look like you're fishing. Video yourself from the side and see if you actually are. One small thing that I started doing when I was first learning how to acquire my front sight in this manner is I would look slightly down at the front sight as the gun was coming into the bottom of my peripheral vision and focus on that and follow the sight up the rest of the way to the target, thereby shifting away from my target focus onto my front sight focus. Some of you are going to ask me how many reps for how long before things start getting good. Everyone's different. You will notice marked improvement as you do this for 5 minutes in the morning and 5 minutes at night, or 10 minutes in the morning. I will say this, that doing this 10 minutes a day over a 6-day period will yield far faster results and noticeable marked increase in skill than practicing just 1 day a week for an hour. This is all about building habits, and as far as building new skills with a new piece of equipment, your body needs to be reminded every day what it's supposed to be doing, and soon it'll become automatic. Then you won't have to practice it as often in order to maintain it. Again, please do not be misled at how simple and basic this exercise is. It involves a lot of very crucial elements that will help you become a very proficient shooter over time. This is something I work on every week, if not every day, especially leading up to a competition. So I hope you learned something. Again, I'm Sean Burrows. If you have any questions, comments, or requests, please leave them in the comments section below. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Hey, thanks again for watching. I really hope you found it useful. If you did, please share it with other people that are trying to get into pistol shooting. A lot more on fundamentals and dry fire drills for beginning, intermediate, and advanced shooters. Hope you enjoy it. If you do, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you later.